This is my friend Julian. He is a good man. But like many of us, he's gone through some difficulties in his life. Julian was an elementary school teacher for many years and had a family. But somewhere along the way, he developed a drinking habit that turned into an addiction, and he lost everything. But we believe that this is definitely not the end of his story. God is moving on his behalf. We met Julian one day in November while our church was having an outdoor marimba celebration for their 15-year anniversary. Julian liked the marimba music, and he sat down and began humming to some of the hymns. This caught my attention, and I went and sat down by him. He was drunk, but was able to carry on a conversation, and I invited him to come sit with us at our church service. After the service, we had a really nice meal, and Julian sat with us at our table. I asked him if he would agree to go to rehab, and he said yes. But when I got back with the van, he had changed his mind and left. After this, he and I would talk weekly on the phone, and we ran into him several times on the street. And one day, praise God, he had gotten help at another church called Alim, and he was clean and sober. Amber and I invited him to come to our house for a Christmas dinner. It was a beautiful evening, and he said it was his first Christmas sober in a very, very long time. Unfortunately, a week later, Julian lost his sobriety again, and we found him in the street. We talked with him and prayed with him, and we asked him if he would be willing this time to go to a rehab center to get help, but he refused. Then, on January 23rd, a Monday morning, we got a call from our good friend Victor, who had been helping us build a relationship with Julian. Victor had encountered Julian near his apartment by the river, and Julian said that he was finally ready to go to rehab and had been looking for us. I immediately responded and jumped into our van and went over to the white tienda where he was at, and there stood Julian with Victor and 10 other alcoholics out front. Julian got into the van and asked if we would be willing to help 2 more of his friends go to rehab as well. I was completely blown away, and I said, "Yes, get in." I couldn't believe all 3 of them were willing and ready to go get help. Since last week, we've been visiting Julian, Carlos, and Eduardo, and will continue to support them through this journey towards sobriety. We know God has a plan and a purpose for them, and we want to help them discover what that is. Will you pray with us for them? Pray for them to know Jesus Christ and the power of His resurrection in their lives. Pray for freedom from the spirit of addiction. Will you help us provide for them? The cost for all 3 of their stays at the rehab center is $500 for 1 month. Thank you for your prayers and for your concern for these men. We believe that God has a plan and a purpose for all 3 of them, and we are willing to walk with them towards that. Thank you.